What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the newest episode of Career Backups. Already got some amateur move going on there. All right, I'm your host, Joey Bowser. With me always is Skylar Eckenrode.
Hey, everybody.
Zach Clark.
How's it going?
And special guest, once again, Kevin Clark.
Hey, guys.
Super special. He was here last week.
He was. Look
So special we had to have him back.
So you know what? We could use another episode of that.
We just have no one else that wants to be on. That's really the
fact. I asked like 7 different people and everyone said no.
And then we're like, well, I guess Kevin can come on. I guess. Actually, we have a lot of people that want to come on, but me and Zach decided that if you want to come on the podcast, you have to properly email us in order to come on.
That's a good idea, yeah, because we still haven't gotten any kind of feedback.
Not
well,
really.
I mean, we have, but not through the proper means.
Yeah, a lot of people text me,
Yeah,
which I like.
Texting,
that's good.
That's good. But
Can you stop putting burning things on your porches?
What?
You haven't gotten those bags of flaming dog shit on your porch yet, Zach?
No, I haven't.
You must be the favorite.
Now I'm starting to think it's Joey that's doing it.
You got to keep this alive, you know? So Skylar had some stats for us because we heard a couple of people enjoyed listening to that. So.
Yeah, I just it's always cool. You know, we had 385 downloads for episode 2, which is awesome. We're getting closer to our goal of 500. Keep spreading the word, everybody.
Yeah, tell your friends.
What are we doing at 500? We had a couple ideas. We got to do something good.
I want to give out some shirts. I'm serious about that. I mean, we got to order the shirts, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Well, we probably should order them soon.
Baby steps.
I think this week we're hitting it.
I feel like we're up to it.
We definitely got to discuss that because my brother had texted me. It was like, Skylar mentioned shirts, but you guys didn't really explain what that meant. And I was like, well, we definitely got to iron out those details. And then, so how about we shoot for next week having something planned?
Sure.
For an announcement.
Sure.
Okay.
Or we could just discuss this now. I'm sure they love hearing this behind the scenes.
Yeah. They feel like they're part of the process.
Yeah. They are.
But, anyway, we had downloads, of course, from Pennsylvania. We had 24 from Georgia. We had New York. Utah again coming in strong with 14 downloads. Shout out to my buddy Davey out there. He's doing a lot of advertising for us, apparently.
Oh, I know the episode 1 Colorado. I just realized that. I know exactly who you're talking about. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt this, but my buddy Andrew he's gonna be on the podcast. He just started listening. He lives in Colorado.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me this before.
Makes complete sense now. It
like I
totally
said,
random.
hey, thanks for interrupting. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I know, but I just had to get that out there.
Michigan, Idaho. Don't know where that came from, but we love you. California, Virginia, Wisconsin, and there's one I'm missing somewhere. Washington.
Oh,
there it is.
The biggest state's New York, right? After Pennsylvania.
Yes. New York and Georgia keep battling back and forth for that second spot.
If you are in either one of those states, because do you guys know anybody in those states?
Cousin Brian lives in Georgia.
that's true. He might.
Does he know about the podcast? Has he been listening?
I'm pretty sure he does. Yes.
Okay. Well, if you're in one of those states and we don't actually know you,
Fuck off, Brian.
I'm just saying, like, tweet us, send us an email, anything. You can be on the podcast. I want a total stranger on the podcast.
Or just let us know how you heard about us.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did pretty good for only episode 2, 3. I don't know. I already forgot.
Yeah, technically we've recorded 3.
That's right, because episode 0. But that doesn't really count.
But I also want to say, get on us on Twitter. I mean, we only got like 28 followers. That's how, whenever we do start giving stuff away, that's mostly how we're going to do it because that's really the only way to do it.
Yeah, that's our main go-to for social media. So if you have a Twitter, go on there and follow us. And like, you can tweet at us. The 3 of us all have connection. We'll probably tweet you back.
I'm real bad at the tweeter. I don't actually know what I'm doing at all on it, but the other 2 do.
You're learning.
Yeah, and Kev got a Twitter just for this.
Yeah, so I have absolutely no idea what's going on. If I ever figure out how to use it,
he just retweets everything.
Yeah. I realize
if
it's
he's
not
in
like
it, he retweets
Instagram.
it.
If you follow porn stars, you can see their boobies. You can.
There is nudity on Twitter.
Yeah, there's nudity on Twitter. It's game changer.
Game changer.
Yeah.
I ain't Gretchen.
Did you have something else to say for us, Zach?
No, that was it.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Then let's go in.
Yeah, you could fuck off, Skylar.
We are officially starting the show. That's going to be our new little fun sound for you. So, Skylar, what's your topic?
What was my topic? Oh, yeah. No, I didn't forget.
Preparation.
Totally didn't forget. So, I didn't know this was a thing because I've actually never been to a state that enforced this as a law. But apparently in New Jersey and Oregon, it is, it is illegal to pump your own gas. I did not know that.
So fucking crazy.
I've never been to New Jersey.
Why would you? That's a good,
Great point. We have no listeners from New Jersey, so we can say that would not have any repercussions.
I don't want any, to be completely honest. I don't want that.
I'll take them. This is probably a good time for me to say I'm going to be doing my own podcast.
So recently, Oregon actually made a law. It's a trial run for them. Counties with less than 4,000 people living in them will no longer be required to have full-service gas stations. So I've been to a full-service station once in my life.
I've been to a full-service massage one time. That was
There you
pretty
go.
good.
I actually go to full service once in a while. If I can hit quick fill while they still pump my gas, I'll go.
Wait, is Zach's still laughing about that one?
He loves
thinks
his
it's
own
real
jokes. He loves
That was
his
so
own.
funny.
Quick Fill has full service.
Yeah, quick fill has full service. If you go between like 12 and 5 or something, they'll pump your gas.
Where?
In Indiana.
Yeah, one of my best friends, Eddie Marshall, he would pump people's gas. I thought it was real weird.
Yeah, I'll hit them up once in a while. Let them pump my, especially in the winter if it's real cold.
See, but like,
yeah, they can pump
doesn't
it.
that cost more money? Doesn't it?
No.
Their gas is.
Well, you can
sure?
tip them.
Yeah,
if
but
you're
I
not
thought
a
they're.
fucking animal.
I don't think you're supposed to tip them.
I wonder in the
You
I'm
are.
pretty
I don't
sure
think
you're supposed
so.
to tip
I
them.
That's
really
kind
don't.
of the point.
the
If-
places that like it was illegal to pump your own. Were you still supposed to tip those people?
I don't think so. There.
I don't know. I was never there. But
Like we
that's a good
said.
question.
That is a good question. I didn't know you were supposed to tip now. I assume if you make,
They probably hate you.
if you make a normal wage, you don't deserve tips.
It's so funny. Like you're like this.
Wow.
Big, you're like this big person who's a big tipper with restaurants.
Well,
and,
yeah,
like, you're like
because-
no. You help me at the gas pump. I'm not.
Well, that's different. Those people make $2.83 an hour. The person pumping my gas probably at least made minimum wage. That's just
Whatever.
all right. Anyway, but yes, I've been to full service gas pumps. They just come, give them your money, tell them what you want, and they pump your gas.
Well, the thing is, what makes this hilarious is Oregon's reaction
Oh,
to
yeah.
this. I mean, if you heard about this at all, maybe you saw it. There were so many funny pictures on the internet of people that were parked on the wrong side of the gas pump, and they're stretching the thing to the other side trying to reach it, and there's people that drive off with the nozzle still in their car.
my
Just
God.
hysterical stuff. But these are just a few of the comments, and I read one, and Kevin almost died laughing, so I didn't read any more because I want him to be surprised. I want you to hear his full reaction. So this is Mr. Mike Perone, who apparently lived in Oregon. I've lived in this state all my life, and I refuse, in all caps, to pump my own gas. I had to do it once in California while visiting my brother, and almost died doing it.
I want to hear that story.
Yeah, I really want. I want the
really
details.
bad.
Like
Yeah.
he undoes the thing and just shoves it in his own mouth and just starts going to town. I can't swallow all of this.
I thought I drank it and then I put it in like a baby bird.
This is a service only qualified people should perform. How much training do you think Eddie Marshall had to go through to
I was thinking about how much training I had to go through to do it. Like I pump my own gas. I've never been qualified in my life to do anything.
I will literally park at the pump and wait until someone pumps my gas. I can't even.
Oh, that last I can't even just makes him sound like a 12-year-old girl.
God, yeah, that's. I remember pumping my gas like when I had a 4-wheeler driving to my local gas station and pumping. When I think that you're supposed to be like 16 to pump gas. Or
Yes,
something.
I believe that is
But I
correct.
remember like when I was 12 driving my 4-wheeler to a gas station to pump my own gas, and these people who are grown adults are like, "No, you shouldn't be doing that."
What do they think the rest of the country's been doing? Like we take classes on this, like in our
Yeah.
we're taught
Driver's
this.
ed.
Yeah,
it's part of driver's ed. How to pump your own gas.
The first thing I thought of when I read all these is on the movie Zoolander in the beginning when they go to the gas station and they just have the big gas fight. That's exactly what
Then
I
he
thought.
lights a cigarette.
Like that's what I figure these people think like that's like you just pull the thing out and it's just squirting all over the place and you have to manage to like get it into the hole
And
in
try
your
not to
car.
get gas on yourself. Oh my god! I remember when this story broke and Twitter was having a field day with it, and I remember just reading a bunch of the tweets and being like, "What do you expect?"
We need to just go to Oregon
And
That's
teach
what-
them.
and no, just watch it.
No, we'll go to Oregon. We'll start up a school that teaches you how to pump your own gas. We'll be rich.
That's a good idea.
Oh.
All these old people will come take it.
So this is Sandy Franklin. I don't even know how, again in all caps, I don't know why that would be, to pump gas. And I am 62, native Oregonian. I think that's how you say
Oregonian.
that. Oregonian. I say, no thanks, again in all caps. I don't want to smell like gasoline.
That just proves the point that they think when you pull, it's just already
Yeah,
flowing.
it gets on top of you.
I'm just
everywhere.
imagining like they're just as soon as they pull out, they're just squeezing the thing, and it's just like whoa.
It's like a fire hose, and it's like so hard to contain. Like the pressure is just too much. But I mean, I guess there's people that still mess up pumping gas in Pennsylvania. I remember a girl in our high school, the day she got her driver's license, she had to stop on the way to school and get gas, and she filled her car up with diesel fuel.
I was actually in a car with someone one time, Elijah Marshall, bringing him up again, and he pumped his car completely full. The car was completely empty, and he put all diesel in. And it was like a record snow day, like it was freezing.
Did he try to start it?
Yeah, the car wouldn't turn on, and like he almost destroyed his car. And I remember we had to call his dad to come like pick us up and tow the car. I thought I was gonna die. Like, I just remember like not moving or looking around to try to like conserve energy. Like I was going into like survival mode. It was like 10 minutes maybe.
Why didn't you just walk into Sheets?
We weren't out of Sheets. That's the thing. We were by where do you live? Oh,
Howard.
yeah, it was that place.
Oh,
It was
Pistons.
that
It was a
place.
Pistons. When
Yeah,
Pistons was open.
yeah.
Okay.
They're open too. You could have walked in there.
I've never been
They
there.
have a place.
I don't
too.
trust strangers.
You could have walked to Skylar's house before freezing.
But guys, both of these incidents could have been avoided if it was illegal for us to pump our own gas.
That's true. Hey,
Oregon's got the right
It creates
idea.
jobs.
It does
that's
create
true.
jobs.
That's true.
It does do that.
Sometimes, like, you go to Quick Fill because they do it, and there's like 7 people working, and it's like you never see 7 people working at a gas station.
Do you get to pick which one you want? Like you drive by like this one.
You just scout it out, like, nah, that guy doesn't look qualified.
They're prostitutes.
Now I feel bad because the people in Georgia, like there was probably some like old guy that was like 2 weeks away from retirement, and now he's gonna have to find a new job, and he's only qualified to pump gas.
In Georgia?
in Georgia.
Yeah.
You changed the state.
Yeah.
Did you mean Oregon?
Did I say something?
You said Georgia.
Whatever.
All right, Oregon.
So the final comment here that I found was from old Kathy Doll. No. That's it. No.
That's it. Oh, okay.
That ain't for
Nah.
me.
Not
No.
really for me.
Disabled seniors, people with young children in the car need help. Not to mention getting out of your car with transients around and not feeling safe too. This is a very bad idea. Grr.
What's a transient?
I think we know what that means.
I was thinking transgender. Is that what she was going to? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Somebody in a vehicle.
A transient? That's what
Yeah.
transient means?
Because they're like in a transporting vehicle.
I don't think that.
I'm pretty sure that's
I'm
what
looking
it
this
means.
up.
Actually, I think Skylar's beating you to it.
A person who is staying or working in a place for
Oh.
only a short time.
Nope. So she's saying she's terrified of the workers?
So she doesn't want the workers to go.
She doesn't want to
wait.
be near the
Sorry.
Lasting
I'm sorry.
only for a short time.
No.
Impairment.
No.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
It's a
Zach.
noun. A person who is staying or working in a place for only a short time. Synonyms: hobo, vagrant, vagabond.
So many
So, like-
fucking homeless people in
So like
Oregon.
Jay and Silent Bob kind of situation going on. That's what they're scared of.
Exactly.
all those transients. Oh,
I just like the grr.
Grr. Now, do you think she wrote that, or they interviewed her and she actually went grr?
These are all comments, so she would have wrote that.
That's even worse.
We don't know that. Maybe no one's qualified to do anything. They have people that will text out comments there.
You think she's old enough to figure it out? You know she's using Internet Explorer.
It's funny at work. Like so many, like it'll come into my office and I open up Chrome and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Gonna look something up for you." Like, why are you using that? And I'm like, "Because it's way better."
so like, you know, in my office, we're all, you know, engineers, and yeah, if you use Internet Explorer, you're literally looked down upon. Like,
That's just how life goes.
yeah, they're like, why are you using that? So yeah,
That's a really good story, Zach.
I know. Well, it was just exact opposite of his.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, but that one was good.
But New Jersey still
Fuck you,
has it.
Kevin.
Yes, New Jersey, it is still illegal to pump your own gas.
That's freaking nuts. I can't
Like,
even imagine.
It's not even like it's like it'd be one thing if it was commonplace that like you could if you wanted to pump
Yeah.
your own gas, but it's illegal.
How many people like going to New Jersey? Like, do you think fuck that up?
Probably a lot.
You think they run out and they're
Well,
like, no, you
funny-
can't pump your gas.
Funny story. A guy I work with, he's a big fan of the podcast.
Give him a shout out.
Ken, way to be Ken.
Good job, Ken.
But he said he went to New Jersey and he stopped and he got out of his car and I can't do the accent like he did. He did it perfect. He's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the guy, he's like, "I'm gonna pump some gas." He's like, "No, you ain't. Get back in your car." He's like, "Oh, geez." Like the guy acted like I don't know, but
Like you're trying to rob them.
Yeah.
I think it's illegal to pump your own gas, right?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
illegal.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't think of that. And the guy, "Hey, what are you doing? Get back in your own car."
If that would happen to me, I would assume that they were like saying that I'm not allowed to get gas. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Like get in your car and drive away and be like, all right, I'll go somewhere else.
I wouldn't even assume that they meant like they have to pump your
Yeah,
gas.
yeah, exactly. And you'd think like, I mean, he would have had a Pennsylvania plate on his car and everything. So
I'm sure that the gas station worker has had to tell so many people that eventually he quit caring about being nice and now he's just like, get in your car. Like, I'm not dealing with this today. That's nuts.
I wonder if New Jersey will change now. They're the last one standing.
Maybe they'll just figure that's another way to make their state look like it's a fucking idiot.
they have plenty of.
That's what I'm
reasons-
saying.
yeah.
They can just use that to top on.
They're just like a shitty New York. That's all it is.
Shittier.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Shittier.
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 Now we got a lot of New York fans. You guys are doing great.
That's
You're
a
right.
good point.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was just about to shit on it.
Do we have any
but
New
I forgot.
Jerseys?
No.
All right, good. Fuck that state.
New York's so much better. Bills
So
Mafia.
much better. All right, so let's go into our first segment, which was a new game that I came up with, and we are going to now. This one's going to work a little different than the other ones where you all got guesses. So I found the back of movie DVDs, and I'm going to read the description, but I'm going to say blank where there's really obvious words that would give it away.
So
And
it's
you
like
guys,
a Mad Lib.
yeah, kind of. And you guys got to guess the movie. Now, I've changed the rules a little bit here. You only get one guess through the whole movie. You buzz in by saying your name. So if you want to guess, you got to be like, Zach. That's
Skylar.
how you say
I'm gonna
it.
say Skylar.
Yeah, no, bzz, I like a buzz.
But how will he know?
Yeah,
which
but I
one
won't
of
know
us
who did it then. That's why
I'll do a
name.
gong. Skylar can do a buzz. And Zach just
He'll do a ring.
I will only accept people who say their names. But
Gong.
yes. So we got some of those we're going to play for both our segments today. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the first one. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, I'll take that.
Zach's just licking stuff.
Don't lick things, Zach. All right. Blank, blank, blank follows two top secret agents known simply as blank and blank, members of the top secret government department established to monitor and police blank activity on Earth.
Kevin.
What?
Men in Black.
Correct.
Damn it! I was thinking that.
Yeah, I got that like a lot into it, but then when it said Earth, I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Men in
I
Black.
had absolutely no idea.
I was thinking that, but I forgot how to buzz in.
I almost went gong.
I was gonna gong, and then I was like, I'll just wait until he finishes.
I'll just
That's why I stuttered so much.
Well, all right. Maybe next time I'll need more than two of these because that was pretty quick. All right. So Kevin gets a point. Good job, Kevin. There'll be 4 of these, so we'll have a winner at the end.
Skylar, you're undefeated right now in games.
Maybe this
The
will be.
streak's about to end.
This pressure is too much.
This pressure is too much.
I'll never come on again if I win this.
If we tie, what are we gonna do then?
There can be no ties.
I don't know.
We both get a kiss.
I think there might be one that none of you get, so I don't think there'll be a tie.
Back off.
All right, so the second one. Blank Blank reprises the role of Blank in his continuing war on crime. With the help of Blank 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 and District Attorney Blank Blank, Blank sets out to destroy...
Blank.
Kevin?
Zach.
I think I got it.
Kevin got it
I
first.
said blank. I would have been first, but I said blank.
He did. He just goes, blank.
All right, can I make my guess?
Yeah, you buzzed in.
I said it first.
Yeah, but you
Fine.
said it. No. He said it wrong. Then you
That's
said
bullshit.
you're only going to accept the name.
He can
did.
bend the rules.
Joey did say he was only going
Yeah.
to accept
You
the
know
name.
it was me though.
No, that's not going with the rules though. I could have just shouted out the answer. Maybe I'm wrong, and then you get to go
No,
next.
you're not going to be wrong because that was easy.
That was pretty easy.
Is it-
All right.
wait, is it-
honestly, I'll go.
No.
All right. Is it Batman?
The Dark Knight.
Skylar, what were you gonna say?
It's the Dark Knight.
Skylar gets the point.
It's not called Batman: The Dark Knight.
Yeah, but you just said Batman.
Well, Zach started talking.
Well, I can't help that.
That doesn't count.
You
No.
had
Kevin
your chance
knew.
for it,
Kevin knew.
guys.
What
Yeah,
it
no,
was.
I get.
You got Batman. I'm sorry, I'm giving
No, all
Skylar.
right. Zach just started talking.
Zach ruined your game.
But I
I'm
said
sorry.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
No.
but you never should have gotten a turn. You were last.
But
Yeah,
I said the
I
right
should
one.
get the point. He never even said his name.
Giving it to Skylar.
He still has not said his name. No, that's bullshit.
Moving on to topic 2. Zach, what's your topic?
This is rigged.
Yeah,
is rigged.
this is crap.
Yeah.
I should get that
Good job,
point.
Joey.
You're welcome.
I get that point. I
We're doing
win.
my topic now?
Yes.
Okay. So, I work with a lot of older people. Not a lot of older people, but I work with some older people.
Middle-aged people.
Yeah, middle-aged people.
There you go.
Generation.
Literally in all your Snapchats, everyone I've ever seen is your age.
Yeah,
Well, those are the only ones he talks to.
yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of people that
Yeah.
I work with. I
Are
work
you
at a
lying?
big company. Yeah. No, I'm
You're just
not.
making this up for
I
your
think he's
topic?
lying.
Why would I lie about
I don't
that?
know. Why would you?
Yeah, we're asking you
I
why
don't
you're lying.
know. So anyway, now I'm all thrown off. I get called a millennial a lot, especially at my previous job. So maybe not as much at this one, but at my previous job. And sometimes that,
Because everyone he works with now is
is a millennial.
Is a millennial.
So, like, we'll let you start over at your old job.
Whatever. Either way, anytime I got called a millennial, it like tweaked me a little bit. Like I don't know, it like kind of irked me, and I don't exactly know why. I don't know if I even should be like it's just what I am. I mean,
Yeah.
the definition is anyone born between 1980 and 2000.
Yeah.
So that technically I am a millennial.
Yeah, we
but I don't know. It's
technically all
but
are.
sometimes when people say it, they almost have like a
it's got a big negative connotation.
yeah,
attached
like a
to it.
negative connotation. And so I don't know. To me, I don't know. It's always irked me. But I was thinking about it too, and I was like, what's the most millennial thing about me? Because I don't even really consider myself a millennial, like the hipster version of millennial or whatever. And so I was kind of wondering what you guys thought was the most millennial thing about you guys.
It's such a hard question. Because, like, I don't like it's because it's such a broad statement. Because all it is when we were born. But, like, you have to
Yeah,
think
but
about, like,
there's
the
that-
negative attitude towards it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like our most millennial thing is probably the fact that we're into technology-like things. Because, like, Silicon Valley is very, like, the millennial hangout, you know?
I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily a technology thing. I think one of the things, and this was a thing from college. First of all, I hate when people call me a millennial because
so
they
you're
have
on that.
they have that negative, and they say it in the negative way.
Mhm.
It's not like they're just saying it because they know I was born in 1993. They don't
Yeah.
care about that.
Mm-hmm.
But in college, you know, a teacher would put notes on the board or something, and generally I took notes, but if they put up like massive tables, I wasn't going to take the time in this century to write down an entire table's worth of data for a homework assignment. So I pull my phone out and I take a picture of the board. And everyone else is sitting, and not everyone, because there were some people that also did it too, and they're like, the teacher's like, why would you do that? And I said, well, why would I work that much harder when I could do it this much easier? And I don't need to retain these random numbers that you put in this table. That's not what learning is.
No.
So I think that was a big thing that I always did. I always said, I'm trying to work smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd always, that's such a millennial thing to say. I'm like, no, it's just common sense.
Yeah.
So I hate it. And it just happened last week, actually in a meeting I was in at work. We had a construction meeting, a pre-con meeting. We show up, we go to lunch. Everybody there, minus me, and actually Ken was with me that day, was over 35 years old. And they started talking about millennials and how none of us want to work and we all want things handed to us and our lives revolve around a cell phone and yada, 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 yada. And it's just...
Which I don't agree with at all.
No, I don't either, because, and if I agree with some of what they say, I do. I think is generally speaking, people our age are less hardworking than our parents.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when they say stuff like that and they're so negative about it, who raised the generation of the millennials?
Them.
The people who are bitching about the millennials.
The baby boomers, I believe.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. They're the people that are raising us to be this way.
Yeah.
That's on them.
Which is really funny when you think about it, because like the baby boomers always give shit to the millennials, like that we're not hardworking. But it's like, you did raise us, but then you look at like millennials to Generation Z, and like they're very common. Like you can tell millennials raised the new generation. Which I guess we'll see by the time Generation Z ends if that's still true. But
The one thing I always hate is like, I hear these people. They're like, I worked my way through college and I didn't have to take a dime of loans to pay my way through, and that fucking pisses me off so bad because, all right, I went to Penn State. I literally could not have worked and made enough money to pay for each year while being a student, but I don't even know if I could have made that much money per year.
now there's like the bunch of tests out there where it's like, in order to pay for like an average college tuition, you'd have to work like more hours than there are in a week, and like that doesn't include sleep and going to school. Like it's physically impossible for our generation to pay for college through their own money unless you started working when you were 10 to save it up or some shit.
Yeah, and that generation fucked us.
Yeah.
They did that to us. So I don't know. It's definitely always rubbed me the wrong way. I'm glad that Skylar feels that same way. I guess you haven't been called a millennial a lot, Jay?
Not really, but I don't know. I feel like my field of work doesn't have a lot of people that necessarily say things like that, because I work with a lot of younger people. Plus, like, I don't know. I think it's just such a dumb statement. You really got to find certain people who say it, especially because they do say it with a negative manner. Like,
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to say too. I've never been called a millennial so much that I didn't know I was one until like 2 weeks ago. I got into a literal fight with like, I think it was you and Kaylee.
Yeah.
And you guys were both like, no, you're an idiot. You are a millennial. I was like, no, I'm not. But it also doesn't make sense because most of the people that are like, I hate millennials are like dumb hicks around here that are also millennials. Like so many of them are like.
Well, a lot of them don't realize that it technically goes from like 1980 to 2000. So a lot of them think it's just like a 90s thing.
yeah, 90s.
So like a 90s baby. But yeah, but Kev, you're like right on the edge of it. We're like, the three of us are in the middle, right? Dead center.
Like in 20 years, the three of us will definitely still be millennials. When Kevin was born, he could end up being in a different generation, because it does usually take a few years before they pick exact dates. Because we even said we found a bunch of different dates.
Yeah, like one was 1976 to 1996. One was 1978 to 1998.
Exactly. So like they're still figuring out what years. So Kevin could end up being a Gen Z.
Well, the reason I was so confused is because like millennial, I thought it was born in, like, you know what I mean? Like 2000, like a 2000 or over.
Yeah.
Not you grew up in the 2000s.
Now, do you think there's anything millennial about you, Kevin?
We
like,
have a fun game.
Like, I guess you've never. I don't know. You guys haven't seemed to hear the
like I have
the negatives about it.
A lot of times it's like about gun control. Like it's more political stuff. So they like say like millennial liberals and stuff like that.
Yeah, because we're supposed to be more liberal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's most of the, and like, yeah, I guess I'm more liberal, but I love me some guns. So like,
Well, I found a BuzzFeed article that has 18 stereotypes of a millennial. So we're going to read these off. My girlfriend found this and sent it to me. I should probably give her a credit.
Joey, read them in and tell them if you think it describes any of us three.
Yeah.
All right, you want me to do that?
Yep.
All right.
I'll tell you if it describes you.
All right.
well, I don't know. Joey doesn't really know me that well, though.
Zach will tell him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. The first one is you're always on your phone.
Zach.
Yup.
I figured this one just kind of...
That hits all three of us, I'd say.
I mean, it's
all
hard
of us.
not to be.
See,
but
but here's the thing. I mean, I like my mom and my uncle. They're always on their phone too.
Exactly.
So,
like that's becoming more broad, but that is, I definitely
But
hear
it's a
people
stereotype.
say that they're always on.
and the Gen Z are, if they have a phone,
they're even worse.
They are ridiculously worse. So that's just a technology thing. I don't think
agree.
that's a millennial thing.
Well, like I said, we should remember this is a BuzzFeed article. All right, the second one is you're obsessed with dating apps, which I never used one.
Nope.
Yeah.
I've used them, but
No.
they're weird for me. I
They're
don't
weird.
like
That's
it.
what I figured. I was like, none of us seem like those people. Next one is you'd rather indulge in a fancy latte than just drink the coffee at work or home. I'm guessing you three don't even drink coffee.
Oh no, that's Zach.
I drink coffee. I don't drink lattes.
but you
in
used to.
college I
You
did a
used
little
to.
bit.
Yeah, but you go somewhere to get your coffee instead of brewing.
I think Zach gets.
I mean-
no, I make my own coffee. But no, that is all right. That is a super millennial thing, or our generation, because we have free K cups at my office every day, unlimited K cups.
Yeah.
And all of my coworkers go pay for coffee
Yeah.
somewhere else because K cup. I don't. I drink K cups. I don't care. But
I like K-cups.
every one of them will go pay money. There's a coffee shop. It's called 21st Street Cafe or something. It's literally like $4 a cup of coffee when we have free coffee, and they have to go there every day.
I hate coffee.
That's what I knew. Scott wasn't a coffee drinker. I do. I don't make my own coffee. I have coffee now that I went and bought.
Ever since I joined, after I graduated college, I've been pretty addicted to coffee. I don't know. Helps me stay awake.
I think me
I
and
like
Skylar
coffee.
just aren't as weak.
I just
That's
like the taste
definitely
of
what it is.
Yeah, we're more survivalist.
All right, the next one is you never carry cash. This one fits me to a T. I literally never carry cash.
I try to always have cash because
Yeah.
I never know when my card's not going to work or something.
So I live by the
I have 3 cards. So.
the Tosh did a skit one time where he said that he carries like $40 on him. I basically follow his rules where I try to keep like $40 on me for like tipping and emergencies. Then I have a card for like everything, like big purchases and stuff like that. So I keep a certain amount of cash on me at all times.
I literally, most of the time I don't have cash on me.
Nope.
Yeah.
There's $20 in my wallet right now, and it's my girlfriend's.
See, but Sue, my girlfriend, is not a millennial. Well, I guess technically she is a millennial. Yeah, technically.
Great start.
But
She's borderline, but she
I
never has
I
cash.
think that one's also turning into more of a tech thing, where more people just carry cards because you use them for everything.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know. I don't see the point of cash.
The only
So
time
many-
I like cash is because we have vending machines at work.
So many old people that I know, they're so terrified of using cards because they've been hacked in the past and it like ruined their life. But that was a long time ago too. That was all like 10, 15 years ago.
I feel like I have to trust.
Nowadays, though,
Cards.
like if your stuff gets stolen, it's so easily. Like, my mom's had her card stolen twice, and like huge purchases made.
What the
both
fuck
times.
is she doing that her card's
I
been
don't know.
stolen twice?
But her card's been stolen twice, and like the first time they bought like $150 worth of groceries, and then the second time they bought like a $200 computer or something. And both times she just called her bank, was like, "Hey, that wasn't me," and they're like, "All right, we canceled your card, and your money's back in your account." My mom was, "Okay, cool."
Yeah,
One
so
time-
like the big things that happen with like virtual currency that like goes bad, I feel like it still doesn't add up to the like how many times do you lose $20 or like you accidentally wash money and it's ruined. Like it still adds up so much faster.
Cards
I
are
love my card.
yeah, cards are so like I have 2, and one time I just left my card at a bar, and instead of going back, I just canceled it and had them send me a new one.
Yep.
Like it's so and it comes in and they ship it to you in a day. So I was covered, so it was no big deal.
The next one is you're obsessed with self-care, meaning that you clean your apartment for extended periods of time or take long showers.
Yep, but why
This
is
is a
that
positive one.
Yeah, why is
Yeah.
that a bad thing?
Well, they're not necessarily bad. They're just stereotypes.
Fair enough.
Stereotypes don't have to be bad.
I disagree with that. I know old people who take long showers and clean their.
I'm just...
Yeah.
No,
Again,
I'm not.
BuzzFeed.
I'm just arguing the article.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, I take this
Yeah.
personally on Joey.
The next one is you don't buy music, which I haven't bought music in a long time.
I don't buy movies or music.
I did when I was younger. I did both of those, buy movies and music, but lately, like Spotify, there's stuff out there that like makes it so stupid to buy individual.
Oh, yeah.
If you like music, just subscribe to Spotify.
Yep.
The next one is you don't want children.
Yeah. That's
I'm laughing because of Skylar.
say if I knocked up a girl right now, that'd be about the worst possible thing that could happen.
Definitely doesn't describe me.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Did you want children before Joseph? Like a year?
Oh, I definitely
a year
wanted-
and a
I wanted-
half ago.
I wanted kids, but not that soon. I
Not
mean,
that soon.
that wasn't the plan. But no, I wanted to have kids one day.
Yeah, I mean, I want to have them one day, but not within the next 20 years.
Hey, that makes sense. The next one is
You're 45?
Oh yeah,
That's good.
You missed
age.
this discussion on week 1.
Yeah, that'll be a good
I
number.
haven't listened to it.
You spend most of your free time binge watching TV shows or movies.
Yeah.
Video games and lifting mixed in, but yeah.
That's what I said when I read that the first time. I was like, well, I don't really watch TV or movies, but if you turn that into video games, yes.
I used to when I didn't have a kid.
That's fair. Skylar had to grow up. The next one is you're obsessed with horoscopes and astrology.
No,
This
I
one definitely seems like a
fuck
Skylar
no.
thing.
hate that.
Definitely see it as a Skylar thing.
Yeah.
The most annoying thing about Twitter so far, about me being on there, is why do these people post their horoscopes every day? I don't understand.
Because it's a millennial thing.
First off,
apparently.
Why do you give a shit? Because it's just mumbo jumbo. But why do you think I give a fuck what your horoscope says about whatever?
Why did you pronounce whore?
Because they're all whores. Anybody that does that is a whore.
The next one is you only want to shop online.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Amazon makes it so
I know, that's the
easy.
thing. Amazon just
Depends on the item.
figures
See,
it out.
I won't buy stuff in person because I can't have reviews for it.
Well, it depends on what I'm buying.
It sounds stupid, but like I don't want to buy a pile of shit
And I feel like I'm always paying more.
because you are.
Yeah.
That's true.
What Skylar, no, you said it.
Depends on the item. I mean, like clothing. I don't buy clothing online.
No, I don't either.
I started buying stuff online. That's
Shoes, like
Yeah, I pretty much.
Sue
don't know
orders
what
shoes online for her son, and it drives me nuts because they never fit him quite right. And I'm just like, you don't buy shoes online. Go try them on. That way you know they're comfortable and that stuff like that.
Shoes,
Just-
I definitely like to buy in person.
I think that also depends. Like young kids, that would be not the best. But like if you're old, like our dad buys his shoes online, but that makes sense. Like he's not gonna change.
Yeah.
Like his dumb
But-
old feet.
but different brands size differently.
he just stays with the same brand.
well, if you're gonna do that,
Yeah.
then yeah. The the New Balance.
Yep. Yep.
the ultimate
dad
dad
shoe.
shoe.
Hey, I switched
I have to
over.
buy.
love
I
it.
have to buy a pair.
You do need to buy a pair.
That's true.
And Kevin's
You're
already
right.
there.
Oh, I love it. I've got 2 pair.
Kev, you could be a dad.
I would be.
You got the
great
dad bod. You
Yeah.
have the dad shoes.
What else do you have, Skylar?
All right, let's fly through the rest of these. So, you love your lazy days.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. That's not a good one. You're obsessed with plants.
No.
No.
Fuck no.
Yeah,
not a
that's
plant
actually
guy.
me.
Yeah, you a big plant guy.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah, I
are.
plant stuff. Yeah, that's me.
He didn't even think he was a millennial.
Yeah.
You post everything you do online.
No.
Yes.
Nah.
No. Well, I was gonna say yes to Zach, but
I don't. I don't even have. I don't.
This
even
isn't supposed to be a fist fight, Zach. Okay.
You're obsessed with traveling.
No. I don't ever want to leave the United States, but that's a different topic.
Is it traveling like
No,
around
I
the
think
world?
it's just traveling in general.
Oh, see, no, me and you like that. Well, especially when we were younger. You
Yeah.
loved going places.
The thing just says wanting to see and experience new places,
Oh.
not like leaving the country.
Well, I just don't understand why you want to leave the best country in the world.
I've left this country.
almost,
once.
I almost said in America.
I left this country once and it was fucking awesome. But the next
mean
one
miserable.
is you have a tattoo, which I'm the only one here with a tattoo.
You don't know that. You've never seen me
Kevin, you got a
naked?
tattoo?
No.
All right.
Other than my tramp stamp, I don't have one.
And that's just one bad night in college.
Fair enough. Next one is
It was actually a great night.
you'd rather order delivery than cook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to cook.
If I had a kitchen, I think I would cook more.
I have a kitchen. Dishes suck ass.
You
And
could just
for
eat-
one person, I mean,
That's
it's
true.
just easier to get food.
Let's go back to that one person. You'll always be by yourself.
Yeah, I'll always be
No
alone.
one loves you.
I know.
And the last one is you feel like you don't know anything about your finances.
False.
False.
Yeah,
I have
no,
a
that's stupid.
I have a budget that plans out my next 3 months.
Yep.
I used to not know anything about my finances, but since now I'm trying to buy a house, I've gotten much more into it. And like I have.
Wait, you didn't know anything about your finances? Like
I
you just
mean-
like, oh, I have this much money, I can spend this much money.
Yeah, pretty much.
See, I think Joey's the exception here. I would say millennials are better at that because we're so much more like the virtual wallet and stuff like that. Like I am constantly watching how much money I have, constantly making sure I have money saved.
PNC is a pretty good bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. But like old people are terrible with that stuff. Like they don't understand like, oh, I can't spend this much money on blank today because I've got to pay bills tomorrow.
Yeah. And like balancing a checkbook isn't a thing anymore.
Skylar still does it.
I wouldn't even.
I have an Excel sheet.
Yeah.
When do you write a check? I had to
It's
write
not
a
just a
check.
check.
Well,
It's not-
balancing a checkbook isn't about just writing checks. It's like how you keep track of all the money you're spending.
All right, me and Zach might need to change our answer on this one.
You just do it in a checkbook.
What? Why don't you just use like a budgeting app online? No, it does it for you.
Or don't be an idiot.
Excel.
But it does it everything. Like if you use Mint, every transaction you have just is on there, and then you just throw it into buckets.
Or
and
your
then you don't
bank,
have to
or your
do
bank
it.
just has an app that does it for you.
I have an
Yeah.
app for my bank too, but I like to keep track of it.
Oh, I don't know. I would just use it online.
Chris,
Ah.
who I hosted my last, he was always big on balancing his checkbook because he was always worried that they would take more money than they wanted to.
Well,
Because he's a tinfoil
Alright.
hat kind of guy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, actually, that would be smart though. Like if you watch it, like you know exactly how much come out. Like it takes me a little while. If someone like if there'd be a shady transaction on my bank account, I don't know if I'd catch it.
Yeah, I watch my bank account like a hawk though. I just always have. I like any transaction. I know exactly what's coming out, and I know like what I spent money on.
Yeah, like this Mint app that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Does it have like all your budgeting for the next
Yeah.
X months?
Yeah,
planned out?
every month you just tell like
every month, or like
What do you mean?
how far in advance does it go?
Oh, it's like this month.
Oh, see, I have a worksheet set up where I can tell you how much should be in my bank account in like what's this month? March?
March.
June. I'll be able to tell you how much I should, without surprise transactions or anything.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it doesn't go into the future like that, but I don't have any reason to go into the future. So,
All right. So we're going to go into our second segment where we're going to play that same game again. We have 2 movies this time that were sent in to us by my brother Justin because he wanted to.
So the score is 1-1.
I
Yeah, 1-1.
no, it's not.
That's just how it goes. All right. You guys know the games. Don't say blank. You got your 1 pass.
Okay, fair enough.
Ready? All right. Blank is a New York City blank dispatcher whose ordinary day is thrown into chaos by an audacious crime. The blank of a blank blank.
Zach, taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Correct.
Let's fucking go.
I was gonna say it's probably one of the movies that we did
That's
last
not what I
week.
thought it was.
Are you trying to use your phone too?
I needed to think of what the movie was called.
Oh, so you're just all about cheating today.
What were you thinking it was? When you said the taking of blank, 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 I was
see, the problem was once I had an idea in my mind. Kidnap? Is that the one?
Is that
Halle
like the
Berry?
WWE one that has all the?
No. No, she's a 911 dispatch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, whatever. Keep going.
This is the one that I wasn't sure if anyone would get, but I'm hoping you guys would see.
One of us has to, because this is all knotted up at once.
Yeah,
I'm still so
this will be the
pissed.
ultimate tie. All right.
I had it, so get over
No, you
it.
didn't.
We all had it. It was very easy.
Final
one.
I know
one.
how to use
Let's
the-
go. Billy Hole and Sidney Dean are an unlucky pair of blank hustlers. They team up to con their way across the blank of Los Angeles, playing a game that's fast, dangerous, and funny. Directed and written by Ron Shelton and co-starring the sizzling Rosie Perez, blank, 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 blank is a slam dunk, high-flying comedy hit.
Wait, are we allowed to Google stuff? All you guys are.
You're at a,
right,
you're at a
Kevin.
disadvantage.
Keep
here.
reading.
Kevin.
That's it. That was the whole
all right,
back of
Kevin.
the box.
Kevin. The Big Wazowski.
No.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Mississippi
really-
Grind.
No.
Damn it.
And you didn't
Nice.
say your name.
Read
No
it
one knows how to
again.
play this game.
That's true. Kevin Zach didn't say his name. Billy Hole and Sidney Dean are an unlikely pair of blank hustlers. They team up to con their way across the
I
blank.
actually knew this one. White men can't jump.
That's what it is.
All right, no,
but did
no,
you
he
just-
still didn't say his
Did you
name.
just Google? Did you just Google those names?
No.
What'd you Google? I was Googling because I thought it was Mississippi Grind.
I've never
I
heard
wanted
of
to
that
make
movie
sure
before.
I wanted to make sure that was his name, but Billy Hoyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one. You still didn't say it. Your name.
I was the only one
He was
left.
the only one left.
This game's horrible.
He doesn't have to buzz in when he's the last one.
So let's just get this straight. I am still undefeated.
No, I did
Yes.
not give you
Push
credit
up
for that.
contest right now.
I would kick your ass.
You would kick my ass?
Yes.
You want to do this right
Zach,
now?
you have like 100 pounds on him.
I don't care. I will still. I will give. I will.
If this wasn't an audio podcast, I would.
I'll do it after the audio podcast.
All right,
we can
wait,
update them on the next
no.
podcast.
How about this? 500 views. This is the reward. Zach and Skylar will have a push-up
push-up
contest.
Not much of a reward.
Well,
for
the
that.
loser. What
No
happens?
shirts
What happens
on.
to the loser?
We'll think about it.
I get the kiss.
All right, we'll
then.
think about it. All right, we're going to our final topic, which is my topic. I wanted to talk about esports, and I want to talk about, do you care? Would anything make you care? Do you think it's a sport? And how do you feel about some of the stuff they're trying to do? But I want to start with, do you think it's a sport?
No.
I really don't. No.
I guess it just depends. Like if you give credit to other things for being a sport that like I don't agree with,
Such as,
Chess?
I think we all know.
I do not think
I think-
chess is a sport.
I can't
cheerleading.
say, yeah.
No. No, I don't think it's a sport.
But like, I don't. That's not saying that it's not. It doesn't take talent. Like, cheerleaders are
No, it
unbelievably
does
talented.
take talent. I agree.
And
it takes
same thing
talent.
with esports. I'm not saying it doesn't take talent, but I wouldn't classify it as a sport. Like,
That's the problem I have when they start calling it a sport.
yeah,
I don't think anything that involves like this is the cheering thing again.
Yeah.
It involves a judge.
yeah.
That's not a sport.
So what is it?
Oh, that's a bold statement.
Ooh.
There's
So,
a
like,
lot of like
objective versus-
gymnastics.
I
or
don't think it's a
figure
sport.
Skating,
I don't think it's
Exactly.
a sport.
diving.
No,
Oh.
I don't think
So
those
you
are
think if
sports.
there's a judge, it's not a
Yeah,
sport.
objective versus
Interesting.
subjective kind of thing.
That actually makes sense. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, it's good.
I
thought
agree, I
process.
agree with you. I agree with Skylar
Yeah,
on
and
that.
we're
What
not
about
saying-
you, Joey? Please disagree.
But
'cause this will
esports
be a
don't.
lot less
But
interesting.
esports don't determine it. They don't have a judge.
No, and yes, I know, but I was just saying why I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I don't
okay.
think
see what you're saying.
esports is a sport because I don't see the physicality behind that. That's why I don't think chess is a sport. It has a winner and a loser, but it's not a sport.
That's fair.
It's a game.
Yeah.
That's fair.
and that's what I think video games are. It's a game. I don't think it's a sport.
I guess so what I would conclude is it has to have like a winner and a loser, but also be physical. So like
A subjective, or sorry,
physical, subjective.
yes,
Do you think golf's a sport?
yes.
Yeah, because
I just
physical.
Oh, that's a question a lot of people have. They don't think golf's a
No, I
sport.
think
Yeah,
golf's-
golf's definitely one of the other ones.
People who say that don't walk 18 holes.
And have never played golf.
But
It's
like,
ridiculously hard, and in reality, at the end of like 12 holes, I don't want to walk anymore.
but like that's still physical. Involves skill, and there's a defined winner or loser.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
But with esports, there is a defined and
not physical.
it's not physical. And I think I'm happy with it blowing up. I mean, I think
Oh,
it's
it's
cool.
blowing up.
It is blown. I mean, NBA teams have esports teams now.
Yeah.
And then Juju, do you know Juju Smith-Schuster? He's like with FaZe or something, which I don't know who that is. I don't know anything about esports. I just know that
They're
he's like
just one of the
sponsored by them.
teams, Yeah.
Um,
So I brought it up because I was curious about like what kind of numbers they really do. So in the past 2 years, there's been like 4 major tournaments between League of Legends, Dota 2, and Counter-Strike. The League of Legends tournament, what is it, 2018? So last year, the big League of Legends tournament brought in 46 million viewers.
oh, it's insane.
I was one of those.
My friends, there's a League of Legends. There's like an England one, and or a UK one, and a United States one. They watch it every weekend. It's like their NFL.
Yeah,
To
like
us,
it's
yeah.
freaking huge. And that was last year. And then the year before that, they did 43 million for League. And then Counter-Strike last year did 37 million. And like these people were selling, and like that's just viewers online. Have you ever seen like the venues that they play at?
Yeah.
They're like they played at a football stadium a soccer stadium,
Yeah.
and it's sold out. Like it's fucking nuts
I
how
can see
big
the-
it's getting.
The appeal of it though, because like people like me, I've never played a sport. I don't have an athletic bone in my body, but like I play video games and I watch that and I can like kind of relate to it. It's more interesting to watch for me than like football.
Well, it has that appeal of sports. Like you watch
The competitive.
Yeah, you watch the
competitiveness.
NFL because you couldn't play in the NFL.
Yeah.
So when you watch somebody play a game like League of Legends or Counter-Strike, and it's like, I play a lot of video games, and I watch those people, and I'm like, fuck. The
Yeah.
fucking effort it takes to do that, like, is insane.
And the way that they advertise it, they still make it seem like it's this huge like Super Bowl kind of event. You
Yeah.
know? The announcers are going crazy. The venues, there's like tons of lights and like fireworks and shit.
Well, yeah, those
No.
people are paid to do it, plus now even ESPN covers it.
I
Like,
know.
it's huge.
I mean, I've played Call of Duty and things, but the only game I play that is somewhat of an esports game is PUBG, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I actually enjoy watching people play it too.
Well, that's what I was going to bring up next is the like think about it, there are YouTubers that do nothing but play video games.
Oh, yeah, Twitch
Well,
is
did you
huge.
And
guys
they make
see?
more money than some like
Did you guys see the guy? His name's Ninja.
Yeah.
He plays Fortnite. He was on CNBC. He makes
$500,000 a month, right?
Yeah,
half a million
a
a month
playing
from
on
streaming.
Twitch. Yep.
Yeah, just playing Fortnite.
Yep.
$500,000 a month.
It's nuts.
That's more than like the minimum contract for an NFL player.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that it's picking up and people do want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's the generation after the millennials.
Yeah, this Generation Z's blowing it
It's
up.
huge.
Yeah,
Well,
millennials. Yeah, because most of those kids who are playing those games are in that Generation Z.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those like Dota players are like 17, 18.
Well, I don't get it. I would never I don't understand these people that pay these guys are going to play video games either whether you pay them or not. they donate to their streams or whatever. I will never do that. I don't understand it. But I was talking to my friends about this, and they're like, yeah, but kids younger than us just do that.
Oh, yeah, that's what they do.
And it's nothing to them.
So my first question was, what would make you care? So you watch PUBG, so that's the thing that would get...
I'll watch PUBG. Mainly, I watch it so I can get better.
Yeah.
Like, because they do think, they have different strategies and things.
You think if they ever hosted a tournament with, like, the best of the best for, like, $10 million, you'd probably watch it?
That'd be pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'd watch that too, just because of, like I said, the way that they make it look. Like, it's a top event.
Oh, yeah, it's high
Yeah.
production
So
that they do.
and that's why I was watching.
Kind of like this podcast.
I was just on Twitch with one of my friends, and he was like, Mike Kramer, shout out. And he was like, hey, it's on. Take a look. And I was watching, like, and I've never even played League of Legends, but it looked amazing. Like, I almost bought it because of that.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah, League of Legends is free.
Free to play.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No!
League of
It's
Legends free to
completely
play.
free.
Well, yeah.
You can get on and play anytime.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to stop this now? Or?
You just got to use certain heroes.
I will never play that game.
It's really fucking hard.
It's really hard and super frustrating.
I was a big League player for when I had a computer, and that game was really hard to learn.
The fan base is really toxic.
Yeah,
like
also
the
very
player
toxic.
base is toxic.
Very.
Like, it's super.
Well, because
bad.
it's a team game, and you like rank up based on how your team plays. So if you play a ranked match and you suck, the other 4 people get hurt because of it.
Yeah.
Scott, did anything ever make you care?
No.
There's nothing.
No.
What about Madden?
Unity.
You've gotten more into Madden recently.
I have a Twitch account for the sole purpose of watching you guys play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I want to know how you guys do in the league.
If there was like a $10 million NHL tournament, would you watch it?
No.
Okay.
All right,
There
fair
you go.
enough.
So
It
nothing
just doesn't interest you.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's like, let me put it this way. I'm into racing now. I can't sit down and watch a NASCAR race.
Makes sense.
I like playing video games. I can't sit down and...
Now, do you watch golf?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, see, I watch.
I will watch the final holes on on day 4 of a big tournament if it's a golfer I like that's going for it. Like
very specific
yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah, like if it's Tiger, I'm in.
He's back.
He is back.
He's back.
Now-
He's gonna win a tournament this year.
He's gonna win the Masters.
Now, I never really watched.
Do you think he is?
I think he is.
Do you think he's gonna win a tournament? You
No.
want to make a bet?
I don't know. We'll talk about it. I'm sticking with my topic here. We'll figure that out.
Come
We'll
on,
figure out the
let's
details.
make it interesting.
We'll figure out the
There's
details.
no details.
Next
He
week,
wins. He wins one. You get a Nike swoosh,
I
a
get
tiny
the
one,
kiss.
tattooed on your
No,
ass.
fuck that. I already got one tattoo. I ain't going through that.
If he
pain.
doesn't win one, I'll put one on my ass. It doesn't need to be
Do
big.
it.
Doesn't
Do
need to
it.
be big.
I'm not betting on Tiger. He's too good.
I'll pay.
I'll pay. It'd be cheap. It'd be like $20.
I don't care. I'll pay.
I don't care.
I'm saying I'll pay.
Nah, I'm good.
The loser has to kiss me.
But I also never got into really watching competitive video games either until I found out about like speed running. Have you ever watched any speed running?
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I like speed running a lot.
No,
I'll watch the speed runs.
I'll watch one, but I couldn't get into it.
So I don't consider this like esports stuff.
Oh,
though.
that's not. I was just making an observation on the topic because it's not like competitive. They do a stream on Twitch once a year called Good Games Done Fast, where they like raise money for charity, and all they do is speed run for like 7 days straight. They just bring in different people, and I started watching that, and I was like, these people are fucking nuts. And now the thing is, like, people who are good speed runners, but they're not fast enough to do it. Their new thing is called blind runs. So they put a blindfold on, and they play the game with the blindfold on. So they like memorize the patterns you have to take for games.
Well, now too, to be a good speedrunner, you have to know code. Because a lot of it is finding glitches in the
Yep.
code, especially the old games like
yeah.
like the Mario games and stuff. You have to know, like, you have to set up the level a certain way
So you know where to
so
jump
that it
to shoot
reads.
you.
Yeah.
There's like, I remember the first time I saw one of those glitch ones was like, you can beat Pokemon Yellow in like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Because if you glitch the game right as you pick your starter Pokemon, it'll shoot you to the end credits.
Yep.
People are freaking nuts.
And Mario can do that too.
Mario
Yeah, Mario's
64,
similar.
I think. Isn't that the one that you're in the castle?
Yeah,
Mario-
the
Yeah.
glitches for Mario 64
And like
are crazy.
the three of the golden stars you can't even get unless you get outside the map.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's crazy. Like the slide level and stuff.
Oh, you can get them. They're just hard.
But like it's not like how normal players intend to play the game. Like you
Well,
have to go,
speedrunners.
It's like breaking
they're
the game.
playing
yeah, you have to
about
break
things.
the game kind of.
But I think the most interesting about esports though is what the Overwatch League is doing. That's where the NBA
know that's
players
new,
own
yeah.
team. Yeah, and they're like a competitive air league with 12 teams. Like, it's fucking nuts. And like sponsored.
So they're making it like a league.
Yeah,
just
it's like a
the
league.
NBA
Like, they
or
have
something.
games that they play against each other. It's nuts.
So the only thing I think could really hurt this industry is like 5 years from now, what games are still going to be able to, like, every 5 years or 10 years, the game's going to have to change.
Well, kind of, but like League of Legends has been around for like 12 years.
League of Legends has been a long, long time, but the one that really is Counter-Strike, which came out in like 2000, and it's still like the second most popular.
Well, Counter-Strike Go came out when we were in college, but yeah. The one that they play now is Counter-Strike Go.
Well, yeah, but it's just an upgraded version of the original.
Yeah.
One. Like, I mean, they make it shine. Same with League; they're always updating it.
Mm-hmm.
But like those type of games would just, and I mean, we'll see with Overwatch if it stays the test of time. But they're doing something new.
Yeah. Well,
It's
Overwatch
interesting.
is very similar to League of Legends in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
so.
it really is.
I think
Just
a lot of
hero based.
Overwatch, though, relies more on, like, its first-personness and, like, its graphics, where I think once that gets, like, faded back a little bit, I don't think it's going to hold up as well as
I don't know,
League.
because I don't
It's
know.
Blizzard. I mean,
Yeah.
StarCraft. They still have StarCraft 1 tournaments. That game came out before like 96, 97.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting. All right.
Yeah. All right, we good to go.
The backup of the week.
Hell yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It does sound awesome.
They're probably going to hate it, but it doesn't matter.
I thought it was awesome.
I think it's awesome. I love it. I'm very proud of
you guys have one great producer. That's
You're
all I have to
doing great.
say.
He's average.
Speaking of our producer, he's the one with the backup of the week.
I am. So, this is the first one I get to pick. It was pretty easy, honestly, this week. I was kind of throwing a softball.
They put one in your lap for you.
Yeah, they did. So, as most people know, the NCAA tournament's going on, the men's basketball tournament. We're watching it right now.
It is.
But, you know, in the history of the tournament, I don't even know how many years it's been.
There were 135 games. This was the 136th matchup.
This was the 136th
Okay.
Matchup of the 116.
of the 116.
okay.
So, okay. But there's never been a
16.
16 upset. There's never been a 16 seed that beat a 1 seed. And I mean, there's been a lot of close calls in
Yeah,
past years.
definitely.
There's always been close calls. But this year, fucking UVA lost to UMBC. Shout out to UMBC. And so the backup of the week is definitely Virginia, or more specifically, their head coach, Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. I
Bennett.
love it. I love it.
It was a softball. I mean,
Tony Bennett, it reminds me a lot of a coach that used to be at Pittsburgh, Mr. Jamie Dixon. I know everyone's so, but you got Kevin Stallings after that. But isn't the whole point of the sport to try to win the whole thing? Isn't it?
That's the goal.
I know it's hard because you have the Dukes and the North Carolinas and all that. I get that. But there's a goal. Jamie never got to do it, and I just have a good feeling that Tony Bennett is never going to get to do this, because just watching that game was painful for me. I don't know if it was for you. Did you watch the game, Zach?
I watched the whole game. Yeah, I was playing video games and freaking the fuck
hated
out.
it,
Yeah,
'cause I
Kevin
don't
was-
care.
No, it wasn't painful. I had UVA in my championship game. I didn't give a shit. I wanted it to happen.
Oh,
I wanted the upset.
I'm in my bracket. I had Virginia winning it, and obviously that's not
Probably
going
the
to happen.
earliest you've ever had one of your champions lose, huh?
False. I had Michigan State a few years ago when they lost to the 15
when
seed.
they were a 2 seed.
Yes.
Okay.
So no, I can't. So I can't complain about that, and I really don't care. I mean, I do one every year.
It's just fun.
It's barely ever right.
We've been doing
That's
it
the fun
since
of it.
what? I was
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade was our first year. I just remember you always wrote Zaga instead of
Zaga.
Gonzaga.
I
You'd
still
always
do.
wrote that. Yeah. The snap you sent of me burning your bracket was the funniest thing. That was awesome.
Yep. Sue was pissed because the fire alarm, the smoke alarm went off, but
That's awesome. Worth it.
Totally worth it. But yeah, so I think they have to be the backup of the week because they really dropped the fucking
Oh, they
ball.
embarrassed themselves.
it was so predictable though, because Virginia is just, they do it every year. They're so good. And I like Tony Bennett. Tony Bennett is a good guy. I love hearing him talk. He has, he seems like a really good guy. His players all love him. But it's just something doesn't click in his head, I think. Because watching that game, They were down by like, oh my gosh, like 12 points at one point with like 8 minutes to go, and they're still running that ball control offense.
Well, that's all they know.
Yeah, but I mean,
all they did was win. That's all they practiced.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to adjust.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
your job as a coach. And did you listen to his post-game interview at all?
Yeah,
Thorough butt whooping.
And he was right. That part I won't argue with. They got their asses thoroughly handed to them by a very inferior opponent. But he kept talking about, he goes, I talked about it at halftime. We had to button down on the defense. Our defense wasn't good enough. Do you know what the score was at halftime, Zach?
No, I don't remember.
21-21. UMBC hit 7. They had 7 field goals in the first half. That's it.
Jesus.
And he's still preaching defense.
Well, this is a team that held Pitt to what, 7 points in the first half?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I understand that they're a very good defensive team, and maybe he thought 21 points was too much. But at some point, you have to say your offense isn't doing anything. Try to score some points.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in the second half, UMBC blew up, so he could complain about his defense in the second half. But he specifically mentioned in his post-game interview about how the defense at halftime wasn't what he wanted to see. And I get the whole thing that teams will score more points, or you could play a bad half and teams still not score because they're not shooting the ball well. But regardless, they had 7 field goals, and you're going to sit there and say our defense wasn't good in the first half. That's not why you lost.
Okay, I gotta jump in here. You keep on saying field goal. Is this football or basketball? I honestly have no idea. I don't get it.
So if you have a ball and you shoot it, that's a field goal attempt.
Yeah,
In basketball.
In basketball.
Well, that's kind of dumb. Like, I always call it stupid because other people, like, there's football and soccer football. But come on, this is the U.S. Thought we were better.
Fuck soccer. That's all I had to say.
That's fair. I like your choice of backup of the week.
That was it's very fitting because
That's a good one.
he's been to the Elite Eight once. He's been in the Sweet 16 twice, I think.
This year couldn't even make it out of the
He
first
couldn't even
round.
make it out of the first
Couldn't
round.
make
He
it
was
out of the
number
first
one
round.
seed.
And they were the number 1 overall out of all 64
What,
teams.
lost 2 games all year?
Yep. They beat like North Carolina twice.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they beat Duke. Like
They set the record for most ACC wins in a season.
Jesus.
And he talked about that in his post game conference. And I get it. He's trying to make it sting less for his players. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But that is not the time to talk about your regular season accomplishments after you just got your ass kicked by 20.
Yeah, by a 16
by
seed.
a 16 seed.
UMBC. I mean,
What's it stand for?
I have no idea. Do you know?
University of Massachusetts Boston College. Look it up for me, Joe.
All right, I'm looking it up.
Everyone like on Twitter and things were saying it sounds like a community college. Well, and
It does.
Matthew Berry tweeted and he's like, and it perfectly summed up the NCAA tournament. He's like, no one's going to remember who made the Final Four in 2018, but no one's ever forgetting UMBC.
No, they won't.
If you type what does UMBC, the first one that pops up is what does UMBC stand for? University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
That sounds like a community
So it is a
college.
community
Are
college.
you sure?
That's what it says.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was in Massachusetts.
Wow.
What conference are they in that they won to get in? I have
No idea.
What's like the regulations or the criteria to get into this?
So if you win your your
Teams are in a
conference.
conference.
Yeah. So like Penn State's in the Big Ten. So
Could
if they win-
IUP?
No, because they're Division 2. So
Okay,
it
so
was
it's
at
all
least a
Division.
Division 1. But St. Francis
Okay.
could.
They won the American East.
Okay. So
I think they had a big upset, actually, if I recall
to
correctly.
even get in. But then a committee ranks them, and then you can get an at-large bid. Because how many conferences are there? There's so many that just get in because they win the conference, but then there's at-large bids
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
And at-large just means they were voted in by a committee.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're like, after all the conference winners are in, then they just pick everybody else. They fill the rest of this. Well, there's 68 teams that get in now, but the rest of those 68 teams with just whoever they think deserves to be in.
Great choice, Zach.
UMBC beat the number 1 seed Vermont.
So they weren't even the 1 seed in their conference.
Nope. Vermont was 27-7.
Oh wow.
I want to say Vermont beat Pitt.
Probably. All right, everybody. This has been the Career Backups Podcast. I hope you enjoyed our episode. Don't forget, we have an email that is careerbackups@gmail.com. If you want to come on a guest, go ahead and send us an email and say, I want to be a guest. Let us know who you are.
You will. We have it set up so you can Skype in.
Yeah.
We record every Thursday night.
Yeah, so we can get you on the schedule.
So, if there's other guests, do I not be on it? Like, am I not on it? Or is that when Skylar gets kicked? Oh, God.
You can also follow us on Twitter, which is at Career Backups.
Get those followers.
Get those followers.
If you're a follower, you're going to be in the running for a free shirt here shortly.
If you are on any of the on the podcast apps, I guess I'll call them, and you can review, go ahead and give us a review. Give us 5 stars, ideally. I mean, if you got to give us 4, it's fine. If it's 3, well,
don't
fuck
hit
off.
the button. Don't hit the button. Don't review us then.
Stay subscribed, but fuck off.
We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Also, we have our own YouTube channel now.
Correct.
Yes.
If you see me on the street, I will reenact it for you.
What are you reenacting?
The entire
whole
thing.
episode.
The
Yeah.
entire thing, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
He memorizes it all.
Yeah.
I bet you, though, in his recount, he'll have won the game.
I won the game in real life, too.
All right, everybody. This has been the Career Backups Podcast. And don't forget, Casey Anthony was innocent.
Tony Stewart killed a guy.
Yes, he did.
I didn't know that we were doing this, guys. God damn it.
Later.